this. It's there too.
Okay, thank you.
I do try to adjust it so I can see you. So maybe if you come down just a little bit.
Good morning, lecturer and all students. We are going to introduce Think and Grow Rich by Oliver Napoleon Hill. Before that, now I'm going to introduce our group mate. I'm New Jawan. He is Lok Jun Yang. He is Kelvin Ong Sikai. He is Lim Pan Ming. The author of Think and Grow Rich is Oliver Napoleon Hill. He was an American self-help author and founder of the Science of Success. Most of his books were promoted as expounding principles to achieve success. He has been perhaps the most influential man in the area of personal success technique development, primarily through his classic book Think and Grow Rich, which has helped millions of the people and has been important in the life of many successful persons such as Clement Stone and Mandino. Hill's work insisted that fervid expectations are essential to improving one's life. His purpose of writing this book is to review all achievement, sources of ideas for all wealth. He insists that the philosophy taught in the book can help people succeed in any line of work, to do and be anything they can imagine. In the book there are a quote, "You are the master of your destiny. You can influence, direct and control your own environment. You can make your life what you want it to be." From the quote, I've learned you are the creator of your life, and every time you don't believe in your abilities and blame the circumstance, you give your power away. Elsewhere, the same amount of time is enough to overcome the weakness, so that there is no need for excuse. Life is like a game of chess. Your opponent is time. From another perspective, the strongest opponent is ourselves. Time is only a bargaining chip. I finished my part, now I will pass to my group mate.
I'm Lok Jun Yang. I will present the central idea of think and growth. Thinking is a process of sublimating knowledge into wisdom. By using our own knowledge to practice in daily life, we can simulate our understanding and experience into wisdom through thinking, and use wisdom to make us more accurate to locate our life, future, and pursuit. This is a power of thinking. It let us know that the failure we have experienced is no longer just pain. It has also given a lesson and the way to success for us. These are some simple steps to help us to achieve the success. We must have strong desire and know our own goals. List out the goals and keep it on the place we can see anytime. Use a positive mindset to believe we can accomplish this goal, and imagine our future success and use it as motivation and action. Next, using self-insinuating to convey positive emotion to the subconscious mind allow us to control positive emotion to dominate. Learn how to use the professional knowledge to achieve our goals. If we can't, then we can organize a team and lead them to help us achieve the goal. Make a plan with our teammates to help us step by step to achieve the goal. And from the team, the leader needs to have strong determination and perseverance. And last, we must eliminate 6 fears, such as poverty, criticism, sickness, rejection, aging, and death. The quote I love from this book is the famous British poet William Henry wrote in his prophecy poem, "My own destiny is dominated by me. My spiritual pillar is myself." He must have told us that we are the master of our own destiny, ourselves the pillars of the spirit, because we have the power of control our throat. I learned from this book is, I know that we can be what we want to do as long as we believe we can do it and use our thinking to translate knowledge and practice into our own wisdom to open the path to success. Then I will pass to my teammate.
I'm Lin Pan Ming. Now I'm going to tell you why you should read this book. The first reason is it draws out the major attributes of the leadership. And the second reason is it clearly explains about the importance of the persistence. And the last is faith is the most powerful faculty of man. First one, major attribute of the leadership. What attribute should leader have? Unwavering courage, self-control, a sense of justice, make decision, the habit of doing more than pay for, a pleasing personality, sympathy and understanding, and lot more. And the second one, importance of persistence. We know many examples of importance of the persistence, like Jack Ma. Everybody have good idea inside their mind. But how to overcome those obstacles and become success? This is the importance of persistence. And the faith is the most powerful faculty of man. It is difficult to stop a persistent and passionate person from achieving their objective. This is faith. Faith is the action of believing and seeing your main aim as a reality, long before it has ever manifested. You have to know you are going to succeed. If you can faith like that, there isn't a whole lot you won't be able to achieve. And then this is the sentence I like. A quitter never wins and a winner never quits. This sentence tells us that faith and persistence can become a winner, so never quit what you want to do. What I have learned in this book is, I think faith and persistence is the most important, because nobody can success and become rich in one night. If we can keep do the same thing in every day and every night, success is no longer for us. Failure is not terrible. The terrible thing is give up after failure. Now I will pass to my teammate.
So for the last part, I'm going to talk about the summary of Think and Grow and Think. And Think and Grow is one of the books I have seen most often of the recommend reading list of people in the precedent days who have achieved great thing. The main principle of Think and Grow Rich. The first one is design the start point of all achievement. The first one is fix in your mind in the exact amount of money you desire. The second is create a defined plan to acquire the money and take the first step immediately. Establish a defined date by which you intend to acquire this money. The second one is faith. For desire to come true, you must have the faith that it is possible and that it will come true. When you truly have the faith in desire and believe it will come true. The next one is auto-suggestion. It's the practice of communicating to yourself using your conscious mind for the purpose of convincing your subconscious. And the next one is organized planning. In order to succeed, you need to concrete plan. This plan should be a way to achieve what you desire. For example, you can write down all the things you're going to do. And the fifth is decision. You need to believe strongly in your decision to the extent that once you have taken a decision. And the last one is persistent. You want it and you will do anything and spend as long as it takes to make this desire a reality. And the conclusion, I actually figured out a good deal of the crazy element contained within this book. Hopefully, this has had the effect of providing a summary of useful practice steps, but you may read the book for yourself and to see what you can get and learn. Thank you.
Is the team ready to go?
Hello guys, my name is Aaron and I'm going to talk about the marketing properties. My name is Aaron Tan and here's my teammate Hojaket, Gabriel and Weisan. So let me take a brief about it. So as we know that there are 30,000 new consumer products shipped every year, but most of them fail. Why? Because they develop new and enhanced product, but they don't meet what people really need. The cause. Harvard marketing professor always tell his student, people don't want to buy a quarter-inch drill, they want a quarter-inch hole. Yet the same people goes back and do the same thing again by measure the market share by drill and they not by the hole. For instance, we select the market based on customer type and define the needs of representative customer in those segments. But actual human beings don't behave like statistically average customer. Brief conclusion, we develop new and enhanced product that don't meet real people needs. So next I will pass to my teammate.
The next is the quote. Instead of trying to understand the typical customer, find out what job people want to get done. Then next is develop purpose, brand, product, and service consumer can hire to perform those jobs. A clear purpose brand act as a two-side compass. Side guide customer to the right product, then guide your designer, marketer, and advertiser as they develop and market new and improve products. Next is product your customers consistently, value and brand that deliver sustained profitable growth to your company. Next is, here are some ways to build a purpose brand. First is observe consumer in action. Observing and interview people as they are using product. Identify jobs they want to get done. Then think of new enhanced offering that could do the job better. For example, if a fast food restaurant want to improve milkshake sales, a research show that 40% of milkshake were purchased by hired customer early in the morning and carry out to customer cart. Then, so they make their commute more interesting, stave off hunger until lunchtime, and then give something they could consume cleanly with one hand. And understanding this job inspire several product improvement ideas. Next, I pass to my teammate.
My name is Gabriel, and I'll be talking about link products to job through advertising. We can use advertising to clarify the nature of the job your product performs. Give the product a name that reinforces awareness of its purpose. Savvy ads can even help consumers identify needs they weren't consciously aware of before. The example, Unilever's Asian operation designed a microwavable soup tailored to the job of helping office workers boost their energy in the late afternoon, called Soupy Snacks, but it doesn't sell well. When they rename it Soupy Snacks to fall and create ads showing lethargic, workers breaking up after using the product. Ad viewers remark, "That's what happens to me at 4, and they boost up their sales." The third one, extend your purpose band through 2 ways. One is many products with one job, and many jobs with one brand. The example of many products with one job is like Sony. Sony did this with various generations of Walkman that help consumers escape the chaos in my world. And Marriott Hotel, they do the jobs with one brand like the Courtyard Marriott. Individual business travelers seeking a clean and quiet place to walk. And Resident Inns is for the budget travelers and hired by long-term travelers. And now I'll pass to Wei Shan.
Last, I'm going to present our conclusion. In order to build a brand that makes sense to the customer, you have to connect the brands to the product that makes sense to the customer. The job of marketers is to understand what needs to be done regularly in the customer life and to purchase product that the company is capable of manufacturing. If the marketer knows the job, then design the product that can let the customer complete the work and let the customers purchase and use experience related to the like product. And in the process of providing the product, strengthens his interest use. In this way, the customer will buy the product when they have to finish the work. That's all for our presentation. Thank you.
You have something to plug in here? Excuse me? You need what to open it? Oh, okay, Gmail. Okay, well, go there then. So your video will be here. If you need notes, they'll be down here. And and you are already going. So, see, are you in the order, presenting in this order? No. Well, when you're done, could you change the order so that I can make sure I don't make a mistake in your grading? Go ahead and you can present first. You should probably use this. Thank you. So again, as I told others, point it right at your mouth. Take a second to warm up. But if you point like this, it won't hear you. So yeah, pretty much point it at yourself. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Now I'm going to introduce you guys a book, which is How Will You Measure Your Life? This is my teammate, Li Wenyi, Kei Kawei, and Li Xiaoyi. This is a book by Clayton Christensen. He is a professor of business administration at Harvard Business School. He is regarded as one of the world's top experts on innovation and growth, and his ideas have been widely used in industry and organization throughout the world. Clayton Christensen explored the personal benefit of business research in the forthcoming book, How Will You Measure Your Life? The book explains how well tested academic theories can help us find meaning and happiness, not just work, but in life. He explained how an exploring question everyone needs to ask. This is the 3 questions to measure your life. First is, how can I be sure that I will be happy in my career? How can I be sure that my relationship with my spouse and family become an enduring source of happiness? And how can I be sure I will stay out of jail? Using lessons from some of the world's greatest business, applying his theories about disruptive innovation, and drawing personal examples from his own life, Christensen and his co-author seek to answer this question by presenting a way for each of us to think about our life and find the satisfaction, happiness, and direction necessary for a successful and happy future.
Okay, so now I'm going to talk about first question, which is, how can I be sure that I will be happy in my career? Here's the factors of happiness in our career. The quote by Steve Jobs mentioned is, only happiness is the work in the work can do great work. Only believe that you do great work can get real satisfied. Here's the dual factor theory, which is incentive theory and motivation theory. Incentive theory thinks that if you provide enough temptation, which is money, people will have a good show and happy to work. But incentive theory cannot explain why some people, without getting paid for money, may also be willing to work. For example, non-profit organization, charity workers, and volunteers. Next is the motivation theory, suggests that there are 2 factors. The first factor is hygiene factors, which includes status, work environment, salary, bosses, and co-workers. If a job can meet the hygiene factor, it can only make you do not hate the job, but cannot make you love it. The next one is motivational factors, which include internal driving force. It's the challenge, perception, responsibility, sense of meaning, and the growth of the individual, not the external spur of stimulation. So now I'm going to talk about how to find real happiness in a job. First is prudent strategy, which is established plan. If the work has been able to meet the hygiene factors and motivational factors, can do in accordance with prudent planning and no need to change. Next is emergency strategy, which is ad hoc response. If you are still groping, you have to make an urgent strategy to change. When facing a problem, adjust a plan until you find your favorite job. Strategies came from all kinds of opportunities. Be sure to try them to know what works best for your talents and interests. And after find the answer, change the prudent strategy and follow your plan carefully. So here is the distribution resources. After finding a strategy, assigning resources the most important thing. Resources used in the strategy, after a period of time, you can know your result. Allocation of resources, which are time, energy, talent, and wealth, is an ongoing process that continually selects priorities. And be careful not to specify long-term goals in the interest of immediate feedback or short-term gains. Do not divide your resource over what you can see in the short term, such as completing a case, reaching a deal, winning a lawsuit, and getting a salary. That's all. So I'm pass to my teammate.
Now I'm going to talk about the second question, which is how can I be sure that my relationship with my spouse and family become an enduring sources of happiness? The first part is about theory and idea. We should understand that the relationship with family and friends is the most important factor in making our happiness life. Pay attention to our priority. We should prioritize our family and friends in order to ensure the happiness of our life. What we need to do is invest for happiness of our future. Like we cannot be too busy working because our family will get ignored. It's like any investment, it needs constantly care and attention. Therefore, we should pay attention to the time allotted to the family is enough or not. The second part is about practice. The most important task in life included be a good daughter, good wife, good friends, and a good mother. If we want to know what other people really need us to do, then we should rely on intuition, empathy, and understand his or her life. For example, we can try to ask ourselves, what do my family need us to do for them? Put into action, take time and spirit to do it. The relationship with family and friends must be more stable. The last part is about raising the children. Do not give our child a lot of resources but without developing his abilities, such as communication, make decisions, solve problems, and interact with people, and so on. It is important to help children to find out what they really like to do and motivate them. What we should concern about our children is, do children learn important skills from the study, or they just passively cooperate? And do they learn some skill and develop further? And do they know how to apply the acquired knowledge? And do they learn from the experience? The next is, if children do not like the activity that we arrange for them and do not want to challenge more difficult things, then they will be difficult to achieve anything. Even if we give our children more resources, we also cannot give them self-confidence. It is because self-confidence comes from the overcoming difficult. In the beginning, we have to ask our child to find some simple problems and find ways to solve it. That will help them to build their ability and confidence. When our children are facing the challenge, we need to be with them and help them and let them know the priorities. The last is, we must let our children learn to plan, organize, and be responsible for his own actions. The establishment of priorities helps children to make the best choice on their own. Even if they are far away, we do not need to worry because they will not make the wrong decision. When they were young, we had to develop the ability to prioritize, and when they grew up, they will know how to evaluate alternatives and make the best decision.
Whenever the problem arises, it is a practice to discuss how to solve it. Get what is the most important from the process, like training the priorities, and finally decide what to do. Now I'm going to pass my mic to my teammate.
Thank you. Today I'm going to talk the third question is how to be sure that I will be out of jail. First of all, that adhere the principles 100%. The book that Christensen written told us that 100% adhere the principles, either than 89% adhere to the principles. Once in temptation, it will be hard for those people who break their principles in order to get sweets before to escape themselves. Actually, Chinese have a proverb said, when teenagers stolen the needles, the adults will steal gold. You think that give up the principles is not a big deal, and when you finish the task, which means you steal the needles, by sacrificing your own principles, you feel that the principle is actually nothing remarkable. When it comes to an end, you will regret it, but you cannot start over again. Actually, if not across the boundaries, the Christensen told us the power of an individual will become stronger and stronger. So think about your own principles and never compromise to the temptation. This is the first and the most important steps. So how to set your own principles? The answer is exploring the purpose of life. Determining the purpose will affect the priority decision making. If a person has no purpose, he will live without any thought for other people and themselves. What kind of person you want to be, and what is goal you want to achieve in your short lifespan. You cannot listen to other people. You cannot listen to your own life. You must think very, very carefully in the face of difficulties, challenges, and opportunities. What is your purpose? This will affect what kind of person you eventually become. So the next is, basically there are 3 steps to set your own principles. The first is portrait, describe who you want to be. The second is input, devotion to become the ideal person. The process constantly confirmed. I really want to be what kind of person? Constantly revised, portrait. And the next, but the last step is rulers. Find your own rulers. Disregard other people's life scan, and such as status and deposit, etc. And find what is really important to yourself, such as how many people can help become better people. With the measure of life after the measuring, there will be a real sense of life. Finally, I want to say again, think about your principles. Then never compromise to the temptation. So these steps is really, really important, and this is also hard to achieve. So there is a question, there is no question. I will take my partner to the conclusion. Thank you.
Okay, now I'll make a conclusion of this part. Choose the right yardstick. Don't worry about the level of individual prominence we achieve. Think about the metric by which our life will be judged, and make a resolution to live every day. And this is the quote by Clayton Christensen. In order to really find happiness, you need to continue looking for opportunities that you believe are meaningful, in which you will be able to learn new things, to succeed, and be given more and more responsibility to shoulder.
Okay, here comes a Q&A section. The first question is, what is the most important thing after finding a strategy? So, who want to answer? Okay. The answer is at here. After finding a strategy, assigning resources is the most important thing. So here's next.
The second question is what you want to do if you want other people really need you to do. Anyone? Okay.
You should rely on institutions and understand his or her life.
Okay, thank you.
So there is the third steps. What is the 3 steps to set your own principles? Who want to answer? No, I'll answer by myself. So 3 steps is portrait, input, and rulers.
That's all our presentation. Thank you.
Let's sit.
换名字。
老师在这里头是。在。
Where'd you save it to? You say I'll save it to the desktop. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, I think I'd like to finish our class with a couple of videos. One of them I kind of threw it together myself, so it's not actually on YouTube, so I can't... thank you. So I need to find it in my own computer where I've downloaded it or made it.
I met my father for the first time when I was 28 years old. When I had children, my children would know who their father was.